Hey guys, this is Rob, your online guitar teacher, and now it's time for me to answer some more of your questions. Hey man, many thanks for the video, you're great. If I'm playing some minor 7 chord, for instance the B minor 7, and I'm thinking only this chord, the first scale that comes to mind is the B minor scale. Well, yes, that makes a lot of sense. B minor 7 chord, B natural minor scale, the two are kind of made for each other. For it to be a B Dorian, I would have to sharp the 6th, G to G sharp. Again, that makes a lot of sense. So if you've got a minor chord with a sharp, or in other words, a major 6, then the Dorian mode would fit over that. But since neither of these notes, G or G sharp, are in the B minor 7, I tend to think that what would make me decide either way would be other chords in the progression. But since you said that you think of modes in a static chord notion, I'm a bit confused. Yes, the fundamental difference between modal playing or modal composing or modal songs or whatever and tonal playing is the fact that in tonal music we have a chord progression, we have a key, and that's all good and that'll make sense, and that seems to be the natural way that people understand this. Whereas modes, what makes them different is we don't have any of that. We have a chord and that chord fits with a scale, and that's as far as it goes. So we can have the B minor 7 and we could play a minor mode that has a minor 7 in it, for example the Dorian, and those two would also fit because the Dorian mode has the notes of B minor 7 within it. It doesn't work so well if you're in a progression. Well, it doesn't always work when you're in a progression because that Dorian mode may be completely out of key from where you are, so that doesn't always work. There are a few exceptions. I'm probably going to do a video on where the exceptions are because you can, to a certain extent, use a mode over a chord that's in a progression, but I'll do that in another video. I'm still confused. So you're saying when we've got a chord progression, we can't have modes anymore. Basically, I didn't understand what you're trying to say. When are modes used? What does it mean, for example, when they say a song from Joe Satriani is the Lydian mode? I'm so lost. Yes, a mode and a chord progression are completely separate things. Think of them as separated in your mind. So if you're playing over a chord progression, you're going to be in a key, and that's one thing. If you're doing modes, you think of just one static chord. So Flying in a Blue Dream is a good example, the Satriani song, where it's in the Lydian mode. I think that's the one you're referring to in your comment. It's in the Lydian mode because it has a static riff that is repeated underneath the song. So it's not going anywhere. It's what we call a vamp, and it's just not going in any particular direction. There's no chord progression happening. It's just Lydian mode sound. So that's kind of the difference. If you've got a chord progression, that's not what's happening. You've got a key happening. With a mode, it's not a key. This is one of the things that I think it takes a while to get your head around, that not all music that sounds good and consonant has to be in a key. Does modes have major and minor? I mean, major Dorian, minor Dorian. Sorry if this sounds stupid. Well, first of all, no question is stupid. Only stupid answers are stupid. So if my answer's too stupid, then feel free to ask some intelligent questions of me in the comments. So, modes are either major or minor. They have the sound of a major chord or a minor chord. For example, the Dorian mode, the first, third and fifth degree of that mode make a minor triad. So it is what you might think of as a minor mode. If you take, for example, the Lydian mode, which is the fourth mode of the major scale, you take the first, third and fifth degrees of that scale, you end up with a major chord, so that's going to be a major mode. You don't get like minor Dorian and major Dorian. That again, that's a concept of keys. So that's a separate thing, right? Anything you know about keys, just forget when we're talking about modes. Modes is literally as simple as we have these notes, this is the scale, then we have some other notes, this is the chord, we play the scale with the chord. What's your opinion on scalper picking and Chord picking for playing fast? Not really something that I've got experience with. I generally stick to alternate picking or like legato or sweep picking kind of stuff. So I don't really know. Some people have good results with it. I'm sure it's a good technique. It seems a bit stiff to me because I think you have to tense your arm. Like I said, I don't really know. There are some guys that, Pepper Brown being one of them, that really are into this kind of picking for fast playing. So I suggest checking out some of his videos if you're really into that one specific technique. Consider offering a course on Udemy or Lick Library. Yes, I do actually have a course on Udemy. The link to that will be in the description. It's lead guitar basics, essentially. I've also been working on my own course on my website. I've done a video on that last week. I did a video on that. I'll put a link. I can put it this side. This side. I can put it this side. Sorry, it's reversed in the preview. So this side. This side should be my logo. This side, I'll put a link. So you can go and check that out. Essentially, I want to develop on this and grow this. So the course will definitely be expanding. At the moment, it's just basics, but I'm definitely going to be expanding this into more difficult territory. So yes, good suggestion. Thanks for the 2 cents. And this is definitely something that I'm going to be doing. Let me know in the comments if this is something that you'd be interested in a course, or obviously go and check out the YouTube video I linked. Why 8 string? This is referring to the new guitar that I've recently got. This is an Ibanez 8 string, count the machine heads, 8. So I wanted to get an extended range instrument, and obviously 6 strings is cool, but I wanted to try having like 7 or something. But then I thought, why not just get an 8? I looked even at 9 strings, and that was too weird. Like, that goes below, the low note on this is an F sharp, or an F, depending on where you tune it to. That's the F above the low string of the bass, a standardly tuned bass. So why would I want an extra string that's even lower than that? Because then my guitar's lower than a bass. I don't see the point of that, and especially playing this, I don't see the point in going that low. On a guitar, at least. Bass, different story, but on a guitar. I don't know why it gets a lot of hate, like these extra strings. I think it's kind of cool that I can go down lower. Plus the B sounds really cool. So it sounds really heavy and thick, and I don't think that sounds particularly weird. I think they get bad names because people just like to gent on them and just try and be like a Meshuggah rip-off thing. That's not what I plan to use it for. So extra notes, they're clearly always good. I mean, I'm a musician before I'm a guitarist, really, so give me extra notes, I can do more things with it. That's why. What's that outro song? The outro song that I currently use is based on a progression, a chord progression, not a mode, a chord progression that I got from classical music. It's based on the Handel Saraband that I used to use as my outro music. It is just an original thing that's just that long though, so don't look for it on iTunes or anything. So if you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button and share it with all your friends. You can also subscribe if you're not already subscribed. If you go to my website, chainsawguitartuition.net, which is on that side, you can download a free ebook that's all about practice and practice routine and sign up to my mailing list for updates. And until then, turn up and rock out. Previously on this YouTube channel, I talked about time signatures and what they are and what they mean, how to play various simple time signatures. Once again, why stop there? Instead of 4/4, which is just a nice even number, why not 5/4, which is a bit odd? Instead of 6/8, which again is an even number, why not 7/8 or 9/8? For example, how difficult would it really be to play something in 13/16?